It appears Robert Whittaker versus Paulo Costa is in the works again. The two were supposed to fight back at UFC 284. However, Paulo and the UFC couldn't come to terms on a new contract, so it never happened. Rob posted this to his Instagram. He wrote, "Let's give it another go. Hashtag UFC 299. He tagged Paulo Costa. Paulo left a comment. He wrote, "Why are you tagging me? Do you really want that fight? If yes, it's deal. Done." Alex Pereira says he's willing to train with Israel Adesanya. Alex posted this to his Instagram. He wrote, "This is not personal with Israel Adesanya. I would even train with him in the future. But Adesanya gotta watch this video so he will never underestimate someone's potential again. P.S. Poatan, 2-division champion." Gilbert Burns also believes he would defeat Belal Muhammad in a rematch. Last week, Sean Brady, another one of Belal's past opponents, said that he thinks that he'd beat Belal 9 times out of 10. Belal defeated Gilbert via unanimous decision back in May of this year. Belal defeated Sean Brady via TKO in the second round back in October of 2022. Speaking to TMZ Sports, Gilbert said 100% me healthy, I would destroy Belal Muhammad, and I would get that win back. I don't know if it's going to happen right now, but it's going to happen. And I'll show everybody that I'm way better than him. I'm clear, no pain. Shoulder is moving good. All range of motion is back. Strength, I'd say anything March or April. UFC 299 or UFC 300, I'll be ready to go. Belal Muhammad fired back at Gilbert Burns. On X, he put a laughing crying emoji. He wrote, "Him and Sean Brady must be using the same mental coach." Kelvin Gastelum says he's feeling good ahead of his return to the welterweight division. Kelvin has been fighting at middleweight and currently coming off a unanimous decision win over Chris Curtis. He's scheduled to face Sean Brady on December 2nd.
I feel great, man. I haven't felt this great in years. I haven't been this skinny in years, and I haven't been this lean in years. You know, I feel good. We put in a lot of work, and like I said, we're on the other side of it. I feel good, man.
Nice having abs again?
Yeah, I have 2 abs. Even when I'm skinny, I only pop out 2.
How do you feel about the matchup? I mean, Sean Brady's obviously a massive talent.
Yeah.
They had the loss to Belal, but other than that, he's been pretty solid his whole career. How do you look at him as an opponent, and how do you feel about?
Yeah, no, this is a guy that I wanted to fight. You know, we chose somebody in the top 10. I said I want to fight Sean Brady. You know, this is a tough guy, guy in the top 10. You know, a guy that people like to see fight, and so I figured this would be a good test, a good first test at 170, back at 170.
Yeah. You probably won't know until Sunday morning, but do you think now you've gone through the camp, you're getting off the weight, that this is probably the division you'll stay in for the foreseeable?
No, this is definitely this has always been my division, right? I had success at middleweight, and so I stayed there, stayed complacent. It didn't work out for me at the end, so I had to get out of my comfort zone a little bit and dedicate to my diet a little bit more. So this has always been my rightful weight class, man.
Sean O'Malley, Tim Welch, and Ariel Helwani react to Aljamain Sterling pushing for a fight against Max Holloway for his featherweight debut. O'Malley does not have much confidence in Aljo's ability to pull off the win.
Speaking of Aljo, you see he's calling out Max Holloway for the Sugar Card March 9th. I saw that. I thought that was interesting. I thought that was gutsy, nutty, brave of Aljo to call out Max Holloway.
You like it?
I mean, Aljo's former champ, former greatest of all time. Bantamweight, moving up to 45 to fight one of the greatest of all time featherweights. It's interesting.
How many times has Max Holloway got put on his back in his UFC career? Like a handful?
Yeah.
A lot. Yeah, I don't know. I think it'd be an interesting fight. It'd be a big comeback fight for Aljo. Max
I kind of love it.
So dangerous. I don't know if that's the fight I would pick for Aljo if I was I'm like, hey, let's go up to 45 and let's do that. Let's be a little bit more strategic about this. I don't know if I'd pick Max.
I do love the idea of him going to 45 just because I feel like, he's fought a lot of those guys at 35, potentially clears the way for his friend to,
If he's 175, there's no reason he's going to 35. It just doesn't make sense. I don't understand how people, like, his skill level's there to where you don't have to be like, well, I'm just going to cut that much weight to make 35. If your skill level's there and you believe in yourself, like, you can fight up at 45.
Oh, 100%. But to your point, jumping in there against Max, who I think is top 10, one of the best pound for pound fighters on the planet, with or without a belt, second best featherweight in the world, is a massive jump. That's a big boy who's very long, who's very skilled all over the place. But I dig it. Go big or go home. I like it.
Yep.
Good addition to your card too, right? Especially if you're getting some PPV points. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, I think that would be a good fight. I'm curious what they're going to do for UFC 300 because UFC 299, I'm obviously main event headlining that one. It sounds like I've been seeing Henry versus Merab possibly on that card.
Damn.
On 299. I'm curious how they're going to stack 300 because 300 has to be massive. And I'm curious where they're going to put 299, what kind of card they're going to build it up as, and then UFC 300, what they're going to build it up as.
Well, there's one name at the top that's a shoo-in for 300 in my opinion.
It's got to be Conor.
Ian Garry posted a clip to his Instagram today responding to Sean Strickland's Twitter rant last night. Ian has his comments turned off on his Instagram and his replies turned off on his Twitter. Last night, Sean tweeted, "Fucking made his Twitter private. LMAO. Y'all bullied him too much."
More people talk, the harder I work. Got more people to prove wrong. It's not fueling me. It's pissing me off.
Yeah, bring reach.
Now we've got, I might have to win a middleweight world title before I win the welterweight.
Colby Covington is still pushing for that fight against Dustin Poirier. Colby and Dustin used to train together at American Top Team, and around the time Colby started to gain popularity and had the fallout with Jorge Masvidal, Colby claims that Dustin complained to Dan Lambert and got him kicked out of the gym. Ever since, both have consistently taken shots at each other, with Colby even going as far as mentioning Dustin's family.
Dustin, you're a fucking coward. Your wife's a and she has fake on her chest, and you're a piece of father.
If I fight Colby, we're both going to jail. I'm going to jail. I'm not going to fight him in the octagon. He's not making money off of my career and what I've done.
Speaking to UFC.com, Colby said #1 for sure is Islam Makhachev. That's the money fight. That needs to be settled. USA versus Russia. It's the Rocky IV theme line. Rocky versus Drago. Everybody is talking like he's pound for pound this, he's pound for pound that. Against me, he'll see a real fighter. He needs to stop being a weight bully, cutting all that weight to get a size advantage over people. He needs to come see America's champ. He needs to come see Donald Trump's favorite fighter. I'll see you soon, Islam. A guy by the name of Dustin Poirier. He's the one that got me kicked out of my old gym by crying and having feelings saying, "Oh, Colby is a mean person." Kick him out of our gym while we get locked in the octagon to hurt each other in our underwear on Saturday nights. I would love to square up with Dustin Poirier, but he's afraid of me and he's afraid of my shadow. I'll never get to fight him because he's just scared. And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. For daily MMA news and content, subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post videos. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. These comments are in reference to Alistair Overeem saying that once the light heavyweights figure Alex Pereira out, Alex is going to get destroyed. The first one's from Jimmy Zamora. It says, Alistair pretty much said that as soon as people figure out how to beat Alex, they will beat him. Thanks for that high-level analysis. The second one's from Tumac 11s. It says, Alistair has nearly 20 knockout losses in his combat sports career, and he clearly felt the tap. And the final one's from Chris Danks. It says, holy shit, guys. No Ian Garry news today. Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured in the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. And if you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen right now to get caught up.